In loving memory of my homeboy, rest in peace. This was inside of the Dogfather LP. Anybody who bought it, which I did. Now, everyone who was assuming this was a hoax or Tupac had faked his death, that was the biggest rumor going around. So what was launched? Because what actually transpired was the craziest thing in history of hip hop. And one of the sickest things anybody could ever do. Snoop Dogg, who knows, who seen Tupac in the hospital when he was shot up, knew this was not a fake. He was actually witnessed Tupac in the hospital. Actually talked to his moms. This dude knew the whole time Tupac really was gone. But to promote this album, this dude sat there and was pretending like Tupac was alive to sell his album and to sell tickets on his tour, which wasn't even selling. Now, Snoop album came out at the same time they dropped Machiavelli. They dropped Machiavelli right before the Snoop album. How crazy is that? Why would you do that? Why would you drop Snoop album right after you drop Machiavelli? Tupac just passed away just 2 months ago. Then you dropped a new Tupac album right after that. Everybody was waiting on the Machiavelli album. That's right. November 5th, Machiavelli. November 12th, Snoop. Why would you drop Machiavelli album right before you drop Snoop? It was an insult to everything Dog was trying to do. They thought, oh, they gonna run out and buy both of them. Tupac had just died. He was the biggest artist in the world at that time when he died. He was the biggest artist in hip hop. And he just died. And this is the first album released after that. Tupac finna absorb everything in the circle. So when the Machiavelli album hit, it was like a comet. Because before it even came out, everybody had it that week in October, Halloween. Hail Mary was everywhere on Halloween. That was the official date it came out. The streets had it 2 weeks before it hit. Now we finna get into the grease. Because there's a lot of things y'all probably didn't know. Well, you know now, but there's still some first time people who don't really understand. There was a lot of friction between Tupac and Snoop. This was before the awards. This before he went to MTV. Before they went to the MTV Awards, Snoop wasn't vibing with Pac. This is what made him go on the radio and said, I got love for Big and Puff and everybody else. I got love with them guys, man. Them dudes ain't never did nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? You know, we all good. It's all love. It's all love. When he went out there and did that, Pac thought they were boys. But you finna find out why Snoop did all that. You finna find out right now why Dog decided to do that and turn on your boy. Now look, it's finna get real. It's finna get real. Now let's get to it. Like it up. Like it up and strike it up. Yep. Yeah, that was crazy. You remember that? Man, it was nuts. They had about 15. Hold on. Ma? What?
I thought you was talking to me.
Oh, no. No, that was my mother. You said what?
Some chicken in there, don't you?
Oh, no, I'm good. I should hit the casino while I'm up. Oh, yeah. Well, things turned around. Yeah, I know. I wish I had my chocolate milk. My chocolate shake. Yeah, I will be watching the Charlo fight this weekend. No, 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 no. Yeah, we waiting for people to get in. Oh, this is gonna be real good. Oh no, the Patreon version finna be a lot more intense. Trust me. I know what I'm doing. But for those who want to know this, oh, this is nothing compared to that. Now listen, at that time, it was a lot of guys who was trying to emulate the sound of the group. Like, there was a lot of people who were trying to navigate what was real, what was fake. And at that time, hip-hop was on a whole new plateau. And when Pac passed, everybody was shook. And I mean everybody. Nobody didn't know the direction or what was going on. Suge went to jail. So he was, like, this time they was like fighting in court, trying to see, you know, he was trying to see, was he gonna go to jail? So they were scrambling to try to make as much money as they could fast. And you would think, all these records sold, where's the money? They weren't reporting any. So they were dropping Christmas albums, double CDs, everything to build up money for Suge's like court hearing and his trial, and just getting some money coming in quick, fast, in a hurry. They had the gang-related soundtrack. They had Gridlock soundtrack. They had a lot of stuff in the works coming out that was Tupac related. And it was all coming in like one big swoop. Now, before the MTV Awards, and this is important, y'all, hit the like button, because you're going to want to hear this. Before the MTV Awards, they're in the studio, back in Tarzana, right? Can-Am studio. Snoop is getting ready to do an interview. He's promoting the Dogfather. He's getting everybody, you know, Snoop's getting ready to come out in November. And then Pac was supposed to come near Christmas. Machiavelli album was supposed to come out Christmas time. So they was like, yo, I'm gonna go ahead, you know, this is his press run. It's Snoop's time now. You know, that's why Snoop closed the show at the House of Blues. Pac went first, and then Snoop closed. And they were supposed to preview, you know, Snoop's new songs. That's what the whole House of Blues concert was really about. It wasn't about Pac at that time. It was about Snoop. So it was like, all right, we're going to have him with Pac and Snoop. These are the two stars. Now, at that time, no, they wasn't carrying Dr. when it came to, like, the success he was having. He was thinking, I'm the big dog now. Me and Snoop, we bosses. But his energies, he was like never letting Snoop be the guy he need to be. You know, when it's Snoop's turn, Snoop was back, you know, because it was your turn. You know, I just went through a trial. You know, we all backing you. You know what I'm saying? Now it's time for Pac to fall back. Pac don't know how to fall back. Pac comes in the middle of Snoop's interview, interrupts it, and starts blasting Machiavelli music from the new album and bumping it. He's hype, and he's basically doing a show right in front of the interviewers, who are Tupac fans too. You know, they Pac'd out. So now the whole energy's gone from a cool vibe to this, the tempo is up to 1,000. This is before the MTV Awards. This is before they go to the MTV Awards. Snoop is mad as a mug. He's mad as hell. He's been completely disrespected. He's been completely disrespected and humiliated. And he went and told Suge, like, yo, man, homeboy is being real disrespectful. He's kind of extra. You know, you need to talk to him, man, and handle that. You know, he was like, dog, what you want me to do? I done told him. You know how he get, you know, he just get out of control. He don't mean nothing by it. Look, I tell you, I talked to him one more time. I talked to Pac. But Suge didn't care. Suge be, man, dog tripping, man. You gotta chill out, man. You can't be doing that, Pac. So, the whole thing changed, as I told you it would. The whole thing changed. It went from a cool vibe to that ruckus. And Pac was doing this a lot when he first got there. When he first got to Death Row. I'm taking over. It's my time. You know, Pac got a big mouth. And this is what Dre didn't like. And Dre was like, I'm up out of here. He didn't want to be around Pac. Now, Pac was wrong for doing that. He was excited. He trying to make things live, but he was hyped. He just recorded like Bomb First and a couple other songs, so he was feeling himself. And he was playing it for these guys to hear it, the interviewers rapping it, like doing a performance. In the middle of Snoop Dogg interview. And totally disrespect Snoop. Now, this came on the heels, and people want to say, well, why did Pac do that? Why was Pac so disrespectful to Snoop? All of this happened before they went to New York for the MTV Awards. So much is made about on the plane flight back. All of this stuff was happening leading up to it, which made Snoop go to the radio station and declare his love for Puff and Big and all of them. And I ain't got nothing but love for them dudes. That was the final straw for Snoop. Was that interview and that disrespect right then and there. That did it. But we got to rewind a little bit more. We're going to rewind it a little bit more. Why did Pac do that? It goes back to the Corrupt fight. When Pac and Corrupt get into it, and Daz tell Pac, he was like, I'll knock your ass out. Me and you can fight and I'll knock your ass out. Daz is dead serious about fighting Pac. Because he was like, look, Corrupt, he told Corrupt, Pac told Corrupt, nah, bro, me and you, we can't even fight. I'm going to let you fight one of my outlaws. Because, you know, this is like, you shouldn't even be speaking to me. And he was like, dog, I'm going to get one of my outlaws to knock you out. And Daz is like, what? And Pac like, man, see, this, I can't go nowhere without my outlaws. And Corrupt ain't somebody that, like, Corrupt is cool as a fan, but he ain't somebody that take disrespect so well. But Daz is ready. He told Pac, look, man, I'm going to knock you out. The whole situation changed because Daz is like, look, man, I produced half your album. You know what I'm saying? That's how Daz felt. Like, I made you the hits. All the hits that's on there was me. All eyes on me is Daz. Notice a lot of them, like none of them is on Machiavelli. Now rewind it back. Pac energy changed with them. And the reason that Pac energy changed with them is because Daz and them, they really roll, they don't do no banging like that, but they really roll with the blue side. And Pac, he mostly hung with them more than anybody. But the more and more he was on death row, he started to hang out with the MOB. With the red side. And once he went all the way over there, he wasn't Tupac the artist no more to them. And the dudes they run with, like, this is what these guys do. Guys around Daz and all them, like, these dudes bang. Like, that's what they do. They write on their application, what you do. Bang. They bang. So when they seeing somebody, you know, throwing up sets and doing all this of the opposite and throwing disrespect, most of these guys don't want to be around these cats. Some of they homeboys that probably smoke some homeboys of theirs. You know, it's just a whole energy. Like, they don't vibe with that. They don't even want to be in the same room as him. So some of the dudes wouldn't even come around or go on the tour. Like, dog, I can't go on no tour with them for no 20 days, dog. We just ride, you know, like hard. Last week for Cuzzo, no. Straight up and down. So the biggest artists in rap had just went to the red thing. So you accumulate all this stuff that's been happening. Snoop didn't say a lot because he was going through a trial. But during the last stages, like Daz wasn't really dealing with Pac like that no more. After him and Pac was real tight, they recorded all these songs together. Like Daz had a lot of songs on Pac because Daz is another one that could keep up with Pac's pace as far as work ethic and had them beats ready to go. Daz had, I'm like, this is what I'm saying. A lot of people disrespect Daz, or they don't give him his credit or his just due. Daz is one of the best producers in hip-hop history. He has a very large vocabulary of music. Daz put out classics. All that on everything. Daz is better than Dre. He's not as polished as Dre. But it takes Dre so long to make one goddamn track. By the time he made one, Daz got 10. You know, when Dre make a beat, it's 4K quality. Daz gonna make about 10 Blu-rays. So everybody gonna be like, well, shoot, let me get that Blu-ray, homie. Jose Johnny J is his guy, you know. He knows the type of music and the type of way Tupac liked it. Like, he recorded with Daz and they made some hit songs, but it's too polished for Pac. Pac know the songs and the way he liked it to sound. Pac like that more gutter sound. The voice is doubled more. You know, he know how he wants it to sound. And when Jose Johnny J did Troublesome 96, that's all he needed. So, now we can get to it. Now, some of the backstories I'm going to tell y'all on the Patreon. Now, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to tell you, because some of it's pretty funny, but somebody ain't gonna be laughing. Now, when this was going down, right, Snoop goes and do what he got to do at the MTV Awards. You see how he was looking at the MTV Awards like he didn't even want to be around Tupac. Well, Tupac acting like they cool. It was so much friction. You can tell they not vibing with each other. Well, that was a 3-hour flight from New York to LAX. Snoop got a damn knife and the whole thing. You already know that. They told him nobody could ride, no security riding with him. Just Snoop by himself. With Suge and Pac and all them. They did that to intimidate him. Pac didn't talk to him the entire flight. They got off the plane. Pac looked at him in disgust and walked off. So there was no conversations between these two. Like, Badass was hanging around with Pac, and he was like, man, Pac loved me, you know, because Pac knew that it was problems with their cliques. But Badass is the young dude, and he knew if I get close to Badass, that's gonna squash everything. Like, Pac wasn't holding no real grudge with Dash now, but he really was disappointed in Snoop. Now, Pac gets shot, Vegas, he's died, he's dead, he's deceased, all of that. Now we fast forward to where we are today, right? So, Pac's deceased. It's October now of 1996. And they were like, what are we gonna do with Snoop's album? Are we gonna push it back? They was like, no, we can't push it back because we got the tour coming. We got the promo tour, everything, the album's out, and we're gonna be doing the tour at the same time. He gotta be out there. So they was like, all right, so the Doggy Style tour is going on while the album's in stores. Now, Snoop does BET, he do a couple more shows promoting the album, and the whole radio mix is everybody's going crazy for Tupac Machiavelli album, which just killed all Snoop sales. Snoop album sold 2 million, Machiavelli had sold 3 at that time. And it was because it was horribly managed, horribly released to the public. Machiavelli was leaked everywhere. And believe me, the original rough cut is not the album, the cut that you see, that you buy in the stores, the polished version. I heard the original one that everybody else got. The DJ at the radio station played it all night long. So people had their tapes going, they recording it. So I heard the real Me and My Girlfriend, the one where it was just crazy. Now because of YouTube, you guys all can hear it. People back then just thought I was lying. Man, I got the album, man, it ain't on there like that. I was like, dog, that chick was really going off on there. Like, die, nigga, die. Why? I mean, she was really going off. And then I was like, I got some of it on cassette tape. Because I was in the car listening to the whole album. Because the dude would play it he played it all night long. He had the whole album and he played the entire album on WKKC and let it play all over again as soon as the album ended. But you listening to Machiavelli for the first time, you don't know when the album ends. If you listen to somebody play the album from front to back and you've never heard the album before, you don't know when the album is ended or that's the last song. You don't know anything. They're just playing the songs. There's no talking, nothing. No, like, this is the third song on there. Well, Tupac Machiavelli, the album go off, boom, and it kick right back off. Boom. They played it all night long. Back to back. And this was before it released officially on November the 5th. And it was everywhere. So now, everything's messed up. And I do mean everything's messed up. This whole intro screwed up everybody. Like, this whole barrage of, we need to do it this way, this is the best way to do it, the whole nine. They had no love. It was all disrespect. It was all disdain. It was all just set up poorly. You know what I'm saying? It was just no regard. Terrible. So what made it even worse is that when the album comes out, they got a music video they made for Hail Mary. Then comes the Machiavelli rumors. Machiavelli, he changed his name to Machiavelli. That's the guy who faked his death. So Tupac faked his death. He did that. He did that to overthrow the government. Tupac did it so he wouldn't go to jail. He's still alive. They marketed it. Let me tell you what Snoop did. Because I want y'all to understand this. This is what Snoop did. Snoop decided, in his infinite wisdom, he's not finna do what everybody else is doing. No! Snoop ain't doing that. Snoop decided he gonna shake the spot. Snoop, who's been in the hospital with Pac, knew Pac was shot, knew Pac died, knew everything. Snoop, he knew everything. He was there. He was allowed to go in and talk to Pac. Here it is, 2 months later. He worried about his album and his tour and everything that's going on. And he was using Tupac, his whole thing, right? His whole death. He was marketing it as if Tupac was coming back on his tour. For the promo for the tour, they're playing Hail Mary music. And coming to the amphitheater this weekend, Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style, and a special guest. And they start playing Hail Mary music. Get your tickets now. Everybody thinking Tupac gonna come out on the damn tour. Dog, I kid you not. Sound like a sick joke, don't it? Sound like a real sick joke. This actually happening. It was great marketing a dead man that's supposed to be your homeboy. That man's supposed to be your homeboy. Yeah, they did Pac like that. See, and don't nobody really know that because they weren't around. They don't remember what they did to Pac. I remember what they did to Pac. It was dirty. It was dirty, fam. Then they brought out a cross. And they was this just in. They brought in a cross. Folks, Tupac finna appear on the cross. Snoop and them just ordered a cross to bring on the stage. They finna do Hail Mary and Tupac gonna appear on the cross. All of it was a terrible marketing promotion, and it backfired so badly. It did. It backfired horribly on Snoop. Because once that, you can only do that once. You can't do that city to city to city. That's why his album flopped. You did that. You gonna market Tupac's death like that? The man ain't been dead 2 months and you knew he died. You saw what he looked like when he was shot. You saw him laying in the hospital bed with all the tubes and everything in him. And you did your mans like that? The one you talking about you got love for and all that? You was just trying to use him to sell your damn album. Pathetic, B. That was pathetic. When Pac died, they weren't cool. And he admits that. He knows what they was. But now, once he died, now you got to be forced to let that go and be like, that was my homeboy. That was my man's. Because he know he was the #1 artist in the world. If you had a problem with him, buddy, believe me, you was out. But that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Plus, the album wasn't hitting. Just wasn't. Everybody wasn't. They couldn't even embrace the album. The vibe wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody was vibing with that album like that. Everybody like, They wasn't feeling the album like that. Machiavelli was slamming. Boom, 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 boom. Like bomb at the bomb at the bomb. You can't follow that with no Lucky Luciano, I'm about to sing soprano. You can't, no, come on. You can't follow that with that. You coming with that smooth cupcake. It's wartime. And that's how Pac was. He was in war mode. Ain't nobody gonna follow that. They know better. They gonna get swallowed. Why explain the game? Niggas ain't listening, they stuck in position. If niggas can't stand the heat, then get the hook out the kitchen. That's how it was. Shoot, if you wasn't on board, you was getting ran over. Machiavelli album was running you over. There were no radio songs. None. And that's what suffered from the album's promotion. Now, shoot, Machiavelli can get away with that all day. Tupac was the first one, like, I don't want any radio songs. They was like, man, to live and die in LA, that was the only, they made that song, and he made the video to live and die in LA. That was like one of the songs he did. He wanted to make a California love song, a new one, without Dre on it. Because they love to play California Love, and he was like, man, I don't F with Dre. And I'm tired of Death Row, everybody playing California Love. I'm going to make a California song. So that's why he made To Live and Die in L.A. California Love Part 2. Without gay-ass Dre. That's the only reason he made that song. Don't worry, I got some more for y'all for the Patreon. Don't think this is it. Don't forget the Patreon is Carsino for Life. The Cash App work, the Super Chat work, the like button work. Y'all should have been liking this video up from the start. Because ain't nobody telling y'all the real. We the one give y'all all the real. This is real spill. They definitely marketed his death. Used every little bitty tactic they could to try to sell that Dogfather out. And nobody cared. You know what they wanted? They wanted that boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. They wanted that Machiavelli. Boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna tell you how potent Pac was with his energy. Anybody right now today can rap to any of those beats on Machiavelli. They will not hit. You won't feel any of it. You'd be like, I'm sorry. They've had every rapper try to rap to those beats. And it don't come off. It don't hit. Why you think that is? They ain't Pac. They ain't Pac. They can't match that dude's energy. Come on, man. That dude was ferocious with his energy. That dude had so much energy for his body, he just moved. He jump all around and move around because he is kinetic energy. He's a vibe. He's very passionate about what he does. That's why these dudes couldn't match him. Snoop can't match his energy. He's Joe Cool. Everything about him laid back. Yo, homie. You know, and I can't follow no Pac. That's why Snoop was supposed to come first and then Machiavelli. But they panicked and started putting out. They put out his album first. They messed up Snoop's whole launch. So Snoop was in a mess. He got swept up in this Tupac thing. Once again, Pac, he's under Pac. Even in death. To be the legend, breathing the dead. Yeah. Well, it's like, you know how people say there's a time and place for everything. You know what I'm saying? So they was like, man, they trying to make the best of it. Death Row screwed them. And that was probably Suge idea to market it like that. Probably so, but Snoop was with him. You know what I'm saying? Snoop, it's Snoop's tour. So your name's on it. It's Snoop Dogg's tour. I'd be like, look, y'all, look, I ain't finna use my homeboy. I ain't finna deceive nobody to make homeboy think homeboy's a lie. Because they was asking him, we know you got a special guest. Is there a chance one of those special guests is Tupac? They asked him this, and he wouldn't give up the answer. And that is somebody who know Tupac is not alive. He know it. It ain't like somebody making it up. He know that to be true. So if you know something to be true, why the hell are you going a whole nother route? He know 100% that Pac was not alive no more. Why are you going around with that lie, bruh? You know what I'm saying? You make yourself look like a fool. That's what I was saying. You make yourself look like a fool. It ain't just using him for clout. This somebody who's your label mate, was your brother, his family let you go in there to see him when a lot of people weren't allowed. You know, you had your chances to say goodbye, your prayers, everything. You knew this man ain't no more. You know, I can play that game. I'm gonna be like, look, game, we do got special guests, and that made the special guest. I think the special guest was like C8 or somebody. I forgot who the special guest was. I think it was in each city. It was different, but I know MC8 showed up one of the times, and I'm like, MC8, and now you made the special guest look stupid because they booing when they show the special guest, and the special guests come out and they just start booing. Because that's what they did. They just started booing when the special guest hit. Now, that you just embarrassed the special guest. I wouldn't even have did that to her. I would have pulled out. If I was an artist, I'd be like, oh, everybody expecting Pac, and then I'm going to come out? That'll ruin my career. Hell no, I ain't coming out. Y'all trying to make it look as if Tupac's still alive and he might come out in the concert tonight, so run out and get the tickets. Man, I went to bed. I didn't even go to I didn't even go. I was like, I ain't let them go. I'm like, I ain't gonna go, because that was the main reason. I knew he was gone. There's no way. I was like, everybody was holding out at first, like, no, dog, you still alive? I'm like, nah, bruh, he gone. I was like, cause he would have never let this go down like this. Like, nah, it's too much going on that he would have definitely, his energy level, nah, he would not be sitting back. He would be real pissed off with what's going on right now. He would not let this ride, trust me. I was like, nah, Pac gone, Bree. This wasn't the road. Yeah, I knew. Man, I remember I woke up the next day. I remember I went to bed early that day. I woke up, they went to the first show, and then the dude hit me up like, man, I just left the show, man. And he told me what's going on. I was like, did Pac show up? Pac come out? Exactly what I thought, right? No Pac, right? Okay, good. They got your dumb ass. I'm going back to bed. So he told me the whole drop. He was like, man, some bullshit. He started doing them whack ass songs on that album. He's like, man, they played Hail Mary though for Pac. And they had the cross on the stage. And they played Hail Mary, man, and that's when the crowd got live. Other than that, man, nobody wanted to hear Snoop whack ass. But yeah, he went there like, man, if Pac show up, man, I gotta be there. I was like, dog, go ahead then, get your ticket. I'm gonna be at home, man. I ain't going for this dumb shit. Pac is gone, B. He's not finna show up at the amphitheater. If he did, you know what I'm saying? If Pac was pretending or whatever, was faking his death, he's not finna make an appearance at the amphitheater. He'll do it on a world stage. What the hell he gonna do it at the amphitheater for? We finna make an appearance at the amphitheater. It's gonna be. But y'all don't know what the amphitheater, that's like some real cool shit in the hood. Like, it's really the GD area for their concerts. Like, yeah. So if you wasn't plugged with the GDs, you wasn't performing it. But yeah, the amphitheater is like really low. Like, that's some hood stuff. You ain't finna go there and do anything other than, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, they was running that scam. Now watch, Snoop gonna say, man, I ain't had nothing to do with that. That was all Suge. If they ever bring that up to him, somebody ever get the gall to ask him something real, he gonna say that was Suge. But I'm like, all right, it's your tour though. You did the interview. And when they was the radio shows and they was promoting it, and they asked you, like, is there a chance that your special guest could be the one and only Tupac Shakur? Well, we ain't gonna say who the guest is, and we ain't gonna, that's up to everybody to find out when they come to the show. I'm like, why would you promote that like that, dog? You just set yourself up for the biggest, dumbest, like, he ain't finna be there. Dude ain't coming. You had people coming in there calling the radio station line like, yo, man, I think I saw Pac step out this doggone. They had a Hummer, right? And Pac came out, man. He was throwing on West Side, man. I saw him. Yeah, he in town. Man, it was so many lies flying. It just was bad. It was real bad. That was the worst promotion ever. And I'm like, you using a dead man for promotion to sell your album. That was horrible. He said it was Flavor Flav that came out in the show. I think it was Flavor Flav. Did somebody say it was Flavor Flav? I think it was Flavor Flav. And I know they booed like a mother. They booed like hell. Somebody said Flavor Flav in Chicago. Somebody said it. Yeah, I think it was Flavor Flav. I think the special guest was Flavor Flav. I'm not gonna lie. I swear to God. I really do think it was Flavor Flav. Cause it was that person got booed like a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. I ain't gonna hold you. They booed that man like relentlessly, straight booed. Yeah, but I'm gonna tell y'all the rest on the Patreon though, man. I want to say shouts out to Kwame Brown Bus Life, Ticket TV, Welcome to HD, Two Eyes TV, Armando Black TV for holding it down, Jack Sports with Jose Rodriguez, and I'm up out, bro. Yeah. Oh no, man. The NBA is ridiculous for what they doing for that tournament. Man, I started watching Married with Children. I turned that shit off. I watched that Laker game for about a quarter and a half, and I said, turn this shit off. Can't watch this in tournament season shit. It's terrible. But yeah, everybody can see what they doing. All the Lakers are playing like goddamn Denver Nuggets on Tuesdays and Fridays. Man, I'm done. It's ridiculous.